My name is Jacqui Tomlins, and I would like to welcome you to this, our very first Australian Equality Party fundraiser. My job this afternoon is to introduce Jason, and I wanted to start by sharing a very quick story about something that happened just over 12 months ago. Jason and I and our partners, Sarah and Adrian, were at a lunch hosted by Camille over there, who you met at the door, and Fiona. And we were sitting around in a very nice, relaxing afternoon in the sunshine when, pretty much out of the blue, Jason said, "I want to start a political party." Yeah, that was about the reaction of everybody sitting around the table, me included, and what I thought was, God, that's crazy. Jason tells me now that what I actually said was that's impossible, but I choose not to believe that, given that we're all here today. So yes, I was pretty sceptical, but even at that early stage, 12 months ago, over 12 months ago, Jason had a vision which was remarkably clear and well defined, even then. And as he talked about that over the course of the afternoon, I found myself being reeled in. And by the end of the afternoon, I was hooked. Jason has an ability to connect with a huge range of people. And I had this kind of image in my head of him raising a big purple umbrella over a huge crowd of people who wouldn't necessarily normally be hanging out together. I am truly honoured to introduce my very good friend and leader of the Australian Equality Party, Jason Tuazon-McCheyne.
So yes, last year, just a year ago, not even, we sat there and after the last election, and I know many of you have echoed similar thoughts, people are dissatisfied with both sides of politics. And we were like, oh, do we sit around and whinge for another 6 years? How many more rallies can I go to? How many more petitions can I sign? How about we do something about it instead of whinge? And I stand here in awe of all of you, because actually this party is not about me at all. This party is about us. The Australian Equality Party is you. So we're 1 year into a 3-year plan. Our first primary aim is to get us elected into the Senate in 2016 at the next federal election, because that is the place. If I get elected in, we represent the whole country, and you just never know with balance of power how much say you will have in a Senate position, and that place is there to review legislation. This will achieve two things. It will give people of diverse sexuality and gender an independent voice inside the federal parliament. Right now, we don't have that. We have some really good people on all sides of politics who are trying to do their best, but they are encumbered by other platforms. It's time for us to actually not hang off the coattails, to quote Doug, of other people, and speak for ourselves. And this will ensure that every piece of legislation or regulation is seen through a lens of human rights, fairness and equality, and we can have a voice and a say around that. February 1st next year, you're all invited, and your friends and family too, to a free event, to Pride March next year at Fitzroy Street in St Kilda. We're going to gather an hour or two before, and we're hoping to have 300 or 400 people there. And we're going to launch our first set of policies that a group of people have been working their asses on and consulting on for the last 6 or 8 months. And we want to have well-consulted policy. We don't want to just talk about carbon pricing and Ebola and terrorism. We would actually like to talk about things that matter and the things that are important to you, because you are our party. And some of our policy areas I know are going to include things like supporting a Charter of Rights, mechanisms for the inclusion of LGBTIQ issues across all legislation areas, anti-discrimination legislation, family equality, immigration, refugees and asylum seekers, education, the law, health, wellbeing, disability, the rights of bisexual, transgender and intersex Australians, workplace and business, regional and rural, and of course marriage equality. Politics is actually about having those discussions about what's important. It's not about what we currently have to listen to all the time. And I know all of us want to have those discussions. So please come and join us, because we are all worth it. Thank you.